Guys, speaking of the NBA, let's switch gears here. We were going to talk about LeBron earlier. We didn't get to it. It's been a wacky and wild show with Maurice and Aditi. But let's get to LeBron here. LeBron spoke after the game. He was back in Miami, Jason. And your buddy Dave McMenamin, who you know, I know him well, but you know him well, much more than I do. He put out a series of tweets and wrote a column about some of LeBron's comments. LeBron turns 38 tomorrow.
We have all three that you sent both, so if you want to read, we can go through all
here we
three.
go. During his post-game news conference in Miami, where he arguably had the best years of his career, blah, 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 LeBron James addressed how much longer he sees himself playing. Here's what LeBron had, some of what LeBron had to say. Quote, I don't have a number. I know as long as my mind stays in it, I can play at this level for a minute. Now that's up to my mind. My body's going to be okay, because if my mind is into it, I will make sure my body is taken care of, and I'll continue to put in the work. I'm a winner. I want to win, and I want to win and give myself a chance to win and still compete for championships. That has always been my passion. It's always been my goal since I entered the league as an 18-year-old kid from Akron. Jason, you have said...
Still more.
Oh, sorry, one more. I know it takes steps to get there, but once you get there, and I know how to get there, playing basketball at this level, just got to be playing basketball, is not in my DNA. It's not in my DNA anymore. We'll see what happens and see how fresh my mind stays over the next couple of years. What do you make of LeBron's comments? What is he saying here?
He said basically what he told me a couple weeks ago when they were here. Because I asked him, we've talked about it on the show. The one question I had for LeBron was, are you still in championship mode? Because I don't think he is. And I thought signing that contract with LA to go back to LA and all the commercials he's doing now shows me that he's not in championship mode. I do think, and he basically just reiterated that there. He told me, he's like, no, I'm still playing at a high level. I'm still in championship mode. And I said, well, they're not the same. Just because you're playing at a high level doesn't mean you're in championship mode. He goes, no, to me it is the same. In terms of how much longer he's going to play, we had a conversation about that when Kobe was wrapping up his career. We were in Philadelphia talking about it. And he said, I will never embarrass this game. This game has been too good to me. It's given me too much. I'm not going to be one of those guys that holds on and embarrasses himself and embarrasses the game. I will leave before that happens. Now, obviously, he's not at that point yet. He's still playing at an incredibly high level.
He's not even close to that point yet.
No, he's still playing at a really high level.
Yeah.
The Lakers next year, Westbrook's contract comes off their books. This year's shot with AD being hurt, when they were in town, there was a kind of a feeling that maybe they could ride this and they could get to playoff contention with AD playing out of his mind. He was on a historic tear.
Yeah.
The Lakers are done. There's a chance next year when Westbrook's contract comes off, they'll have a lot of cap space. Maybe they can figure something out. If he truly is still in championship mode, he's going to have to leave LA. He's not going to win another title.
Yeah, that's right for that.
And then we'll see. And then we'll see. I can't imagine he would go to a fourth team. It was funny having that conversation with Aditi about Derek Carr saying he wants to stay with the Raiders and it's only one team for him. LeBron had the exact opposite mindset. We talked about this, and we were in Dallas, and I said, how many teams is too many? Is 3 too many? Because I knew he was leaving then, and I wanted to hear him say it. And he said when Michael left Chicago, he said, when I saw Michael Jordan in a Wizards uniform, I knew anything is possible. There's no such thing anymore as one guy, one team. Like, that's over. And now he's been to 3. I would be surprised if he went to a random 4th team.
That's where his son's going to be.
Well, and maybe
they're going to Utah. Dwayne Wade is like got something to do with it.
But he ain't got to play in Utah.
I do believe he'll play wherever Bronny is.
Well, can he control where Bronny goes?
Yes.
Rich Paul
he will tell him you'll never get another free agent.
Yes. Rich Paul
do not draft him.
Rich Paul will do exactly that. He'll say, if you want to do business with me and my clients, you will not take him. And
that's fine. That's fine. We go run it up this year because we go select
They took over the league and basically held the league hostage until Anthony Davis went to L.A. Right. You think they can't control a guy who's probably not even an NBA talent? Where he's going to go? Of course,
certainly not a top 10 pick.
And you think I'm going to jeopardize my money revenue for a year?
And let's be clear.
Bronny with the first pick in the draft, the Utah Jazz select LeBron James Jr.
But let's be clear. There's a lot of owners. I would willing to wager 3/4 of owners don't want that kind of circus. They don't want an old. You think they would take an old LeBron and not
take you know the money?
The money.
I will jeopardize it for 1 year.
The national TV
sure will.
appearances.
He's the biggest star.
The memorabilia that you sell. Yes.
How is he going to this gymnastics? I don't know how. it only works to me in one spot. I mean,
He's got to come back
he
home
got
one
to
more
come
time,
back to
doesn't he?
Cleveland. If you want to compete for championships, so you got to have a stacked roster with stuff that and guys that are
On a
young enough,
veteran minimum deal.
or guys that are young enough to play defense, because you ain't trying to do that. It has to be a roster enough, and they set it up by putting Mobley's brother on the team, right? We will do friends and families. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, he's not an NBA player.
Yeah.
We will do.
We will do friends and family.
It's like a cell phone player.
Yeah, cell phone player.
Hey, real
T-Mobile.
quick, we move on to LeBron, and we'll get back to LeBron. I forgot to mention that when we were talking with Aditi and about Deep Podesta, that was brought to us by our good friends at Tri-C. Because, as always, our Browns talk and Cavs talk today as well is sponsored by Colgan Community College. Tri-C supports students financially, professionally, and personally, opening up the doors of endless possibilities. Tri-C in Cuyahoga County is where the future starts. Start now. Classes begin January 17, 2023. That's a paper drop.
I think Mike just needs to say Tri-C because he is struggling with Cuyahoga.
Cuyahoga.
He's getting better. He's fine.
All right.
That was it. That was good. Cuyahoga.
One more note on LeBron in terms of Bronny. The Cavs do have a first-round pick the year that he's eligible.
See?
And I had someone from the organization point that out to me.
Oh, and by the way,
Oh, recently?
Yes.
and guess what? Can you see the
Whoa.
montages? The kid from Akron
I'm just
and
saying.
another kid that has his dad from Akron, and he got picked too, and he come out with the all-white
Well,
suit.
his kid ain't from Akron.
Dwayne Wade
He was
is
born
not
in
let.
Akron, right?
Dwayne Wade
born
selected
here.
him.
He's from
I'm telling
Akron.
you.
No, but they didn't live in Akron.
Bath. He's from Bath.
Yeah, he's from
a kid
Bath.
from Bath.
Oh, he will be from Akron.
Let me ask you
They're
this.
going to wipe that bath
Let me
down.
ask this question: Is LeBron James good enough to start a bidding war for his son in the draft?
Of course.
So I say that to say
Yeah.
I think Utah got like a bunch of picks because of the
Does
trade.
LeBron want to go play in Utah?
That's not the point.
Black people do not want to play in
people
Utah.
don't play
He's
in Utah?
going.
Russell Westbrook,
Okay, so he ain't playing with.
Donovan Mitchell,
If
they
he-
don't want to go.
I hear what you're saying, but listen, for the Utah Jazz, if they decided.
Stop this Utah Jazz.
I'm
nonsense.
just saying.
I want him back on the Cavs.
I get that.
What's he
No,
talking about?
I'm with you. I want him back on the Cavs too. I agree. But I'm saying Utah got all these picks. If I trade these picks to ensure that I get the #1 pick.
Yeah, but he's not the #1 pick.
I'm just
Nobody wants to
saying.
take him number
I'm
one.
just saying.
crazy.
I'm just saying.
But let me say,
Who's in his
And they
class?
select
I don't know.
They select Bronny.
Yeah.
LeBron said that he's playing with his son no matter
I know,
what.
but they're not going to.
So he going to Utah.
No, because LeBron is not going to let that happen.
He said his last year will be played with his son. And we're sort of assuming that Bronny's first year will be LeBron's last year, but I don't know.
At this point,
Well,
unless LeBron
Bronny,
goes over.
Bronny better go where his son, because his son might not have another year.
Jason, if LeBron goes, unless LeBron, I don't think any of us expect this to happen,
Nah,
but unless he goes quickly over the cliff, he looks like he could play for easy 5 years at a high level.
Listen,
He's averaging
He-
28.
The only guy that's ever been anywhere close to as good as him at this age was Kareem.
Yeah.
And even Kareem wasn't
all
still
I'm
at
gonna
this
say
level.
is
I mean,
this.
it's absurd.
I'd skip the Bronny one, and I'd definitely be in the Bryce campaign.
Is Bryce better?
I think
Bryce
so.
is better.
Yeah.
Bryce
What
is
year is
definitely
he?
better.
He's a couple
Solid.
years younger.
I'd skip Bronny. and
2
go
years
f-
younger than Bronny.
I go for Bryce.
So he's going to be, in theory, in the NBA in 5 years?
They'll probably
He has
change
his
the
junior
rules.
year.
No, they about to
Senior
change the
year, 4
rules.
years.
They about to go back to you don't need to do one and done.
Hey, bro,
something.
if he
You go straight out of high
I'm gonna
school.
tell you what. If he hold on to play with both his sons,
It'd be the coolest thing of all time.
There are times when LeBron is still the best player in the NBA.
When?
Like,
When?
I
Well,
would-
you know what? You know that.
not game in and game out, but like he's still averaging 28?
He ain't.
Eight
the,
and
Let me ask
he
you
ain't the
this.
best in the NBA. It's
Titus,
that
let me
dude.
ask you this.
What?
On any given night, if you woke up and you saw LeBron put up 62, 21, and 10, would you be like, oh my God, how?
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Yeah.
Never.
At this
There's
point,
nothing
at this
LeBron
point in
could
his
do
stage,
that I would
yes.
be surprised
If
by.
he's in that category of guys that you wouldn't be shocked at, and Tyvis, maybe you're in the minority, I'm with Jason, G, and Bull here, I would
Shocked.
not be shocked. He's still in that upper tier test on any given
Yeah.
night. Not on a night-to-night basis
Right.
for a full season, but he's
62,
still capable.
21, and
We
10. I'd be
understand
shocked.
Giannis is the best player in the NBA, but like
Now,
LeBron
who
still
is, wait, what was the who?
LeBron, he's the best player in the NBA right now. Yeah. But LeBron is still at worst what? Top 10 at worst?
if I think if LeBron was on a team competing for a title, he could give you that. if you needed it. If that's what you needed, he could give you that.
62,
by the way,
21, and 10.
One night?
For my
for one night only.
Yes.
for my
He take off
entire
for the
life,
rest of the week.
for my entire life, or at least since they've both been around. So since LeBron has been in the league, every day of my life, not that I'm a basketball authority, but I have always thought Michael Jordan ahead of LeBron, and I have changed my mind today. Today is the day that I have changed my mind. I'm putting LeBron on the number one slot.
What was what day?
It was just the fact that he's just so good at this age that he didn't take a couple of years off like Jordan did.
Jordan went to 3 finals and retired. LeBron went to 8 straight.
Yeah.
I thought it
And
was
everybody
9.
brings up their record in the finals, which is fine. And I think the NBA was a tougher league back then, physically. But also, like, part of the reason he never left Chicago is because they had such great talent around him the whole time he was there.
I think that Tyvus has got the 6. I think the
Robert Horry's got 7. Is he the best player?
Here's the thing about the 6-0 mark.
Yeah.
It's like LeBron gets punished for taking teams to the finals that had no business going to the
No
finals.
business.
Right.
That Cavs team,
None.
the 08 Cavs team, had
No
no business
business.
being in the
None.
finals. And they got
Zero.
swept.
The
So
Cavs
he
were-
gets dinged for that.
The Cavs, outside of the year they lost to the Mavs, that was bad.
The 2018 Cavs had
The
no
Heat.
business
I'm
going
sorry,
to the
Heat.
finals.
That was on LeBron. That was on
Outside of
LeBron.
the Heat team that lost to the Mavs, which is a bad job out of him and them, every other time he's lost in the finals, they were underdogs.
So, like, Michael skates because he couldn't beat Detroit earlier in his career. Why does that make
Or
sense?
Boston.
So if Michael beats Detroit earlier in his career to make the finals
And gets
then
smoked by the
loses,
Lakers, yeah.
somehow it's better that he never
Right, it doesn't make
you
any
know what I
sense.
mean?
Yeah, like-
it's
Doesn't make any
better that
sense.
he lost to those teams rather than win and get there and lose.
Michael
And that's the
just,
part that I
Michael
don't
just
understand.
comes off as when you look at his finals, being 6-0, it lets you know that if he got there, he find a way to win. And that's what it is.
I'll give
he
him-
gets there, he's going to win.
LeBron, in my
Come
opinion, is the
hell or
greatest-
hot water, he gonna win.
I think LeBron
And that's
is the
the thing.
greatest team sport athlete in the history
Like
of the
LeBron,
planet.
let me
LeBron
just-
is a
More
great.
than Brady?
Not even close.
LeBron is great, and
my
the thing is, he should have been able to just take over games with the athleticism and the way that he was. He could have literally which he tried to do that last time against Golden State. And JR blew that.
From every statistical category, LeBron is a better player.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Statistically, he's
For
better.
sure.
And if you look at the eye test, let's just be clear. LeBron is faster. He's bigger.
For
he jumps
sure.
higher. He shoots a better percentage.
Yes,
beyond
he
the
do.
three-point arc.
Everything.
He's a
He got
much more willing
everything.
passer. And Jordan is abrasive to say the least. But here's what we'll say. Pound for pound, if you got to play a game and you looked at Michael Jordan and you looked at LeBron James, in their prime, LeBron could guard Michael Jordan. Ain't no point in time Michael Jordan can hold LeBron. Ever.
It's about defensive player of the year,
No,
Mike.
that's
Yeah,
a wrap.
Mike won defensive
Defensive
I
player
don't
of the
care.
year, Mike.
LeBron is the most.
Wait a minute.
Three
Mike was the first person to point out that if LeBron goes right, he's driving
Hey,
dunking.
that's
If
great.
he goes left, he's gonna shoot.
Look, I ain't never seen. There's three of the most dominant people that I've never ever seen. When you look at Shaq and what he did to people,
Now Shaq right now, Shaq
Chamberlain-
better than all of them. In my
Shaq- you're out of
personal
your mind.
opinion.
Shaq-
He's not even the best center of all
Shaq-
time. Are you crazy?
Shaq-
Why? Because Kareem had a hook shot.
and LeBron are the most physically gifted. And then Giannis
Man,
listen.
listen. Shaq would bust Kareem.
Kareem,
Shaq
Wilt,
would bust Kareem.
Bill Russell, and Akeem
Shaq
Olajuwon
in
all
his
better
prime
than Shaq.
would bust Kareem.
All right, guys, I got to update you guys
Ready,
on something
Mike.
real quick.
You're out of your
Can't
mind.
make a free throw.
Browns legend
Yeah.
Josh Dobbs is starting tonight against the Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. He was picked up off the Lions practice squad
Over
8
Malik
days
Willis,
ago
huh?
Why
And
isn't
he's
Malik Willis?
starting.
He's a rookie. Why isn't he playing?
because Malik Willis has not thrown for 100 yards in 4 starts this season.
But he's a rookie. Why
And
would you
he's
not
a first.
play him?
And he's a first round pick, right?
No,
he's a
heck
third-round
no.
pick.
Heck
Third-round
no.
pick.
But still, I mean, it's a chance to see him. That's stupid. Why would you play
I
Josh
think
was
they
Dobbs?
sold the stock, and Josh Dobbs, Browns preseason legend. Do you remember a few weeks ago? And I actually
All
remember
of
this because
Cleveland gonna be tuned
we were
in.
cutting up old shows for end of year stuff. I was going through a clip this morning of Brad standing on the table, pounding his fist for Josh Dobbs over Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, there was a moment I said Dobbs should start him.
You
And
did?
we're
You
gonna
said
see
that?
tonight. We're gonna see
said
tonight
it.
if you were right,
He
Bull.
didn't say that.
I was very. That was a stupid comment. We all make stupid comments. It was a stupid comment. I said it once and quickly got off it, but it was a stupid comment. But The stupidest comment I've ever made, ever, and I bring it up again because I'm not afraid to call myself out, was about a year and a half ago when the Cavs were playing well with this young team, even before Donovan Mitchell, and I said I wouldn't want LeBron back on the Cavs. It's the dumbest comment I've ever made in 20-plus years of radio. And what's even dumber is that the majority of fans agreed with me. And what's even dumber is that there's at least a quarter, if not half our fan base, that would not want LeBron back.
We got less than a minute, so I got to preview tomorrow.
Go ahead.
We got preview tomorrow, DeQuell, headlines, New Year's resolutions. I want you guys to see what Anthony made during the show. This is kind of how the whole show went today in a great way. But this is what Anthony was doing while we were working.
I like that I'm skinny there. Thank you, Anthony. All right, overtime. I got to go for overtime. It's going to be Jason, Tyvis, and G on overtime next. We'll see you tomorrow right here on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.